is this fascinating thing that's now breaking out all over Europe. I did an update of the book for the paperback, which came out a few months ago in the UK, and surveyed some of the changes, the political changes, which have been entirely predictable, but which had happened since the hardback of my book first came out. And that's the extraordinary elections that are happening all over our continent, all of which are totally foreseeable, and all of which basically fall into the same issue, which is an establishment of the media and politicians and many others who've found that the public keep letting them down. As the late Australian philosopher Ken Minogue once said, politicians find themselves in this difficult position. We, the public, seem to think the wrong things. We express ourselves the wrong way. We hold many of the wrong views. And it's amazing that they keep putting up with us. And we, the public, have discovered that we've become a disappointment to our politicians. It's an awful position to find ourselves in. Well, this keeps happening. This keeps happening, that the public keep coming back with the wrong answer. So now you have a set of explanations for this. The public are, for instance, misled by fake news. There is fake news around. When has there not been? I think that fake news was invented 2 years ago. Never read the New York Times if you thought that. That we were misled. Take what happened a few days ago in Germany. This stabbing of a German man seems to have got into a fight with a young Iraqi and a young Syrian man in Chemnitz, and then there have been these terrible disturbances and all sorts of... a set of politicians blamed the fake news. They said there were people saying that the man who was killed had stepped in to stop a woman from being hurt. And this is fake news. And these people are all being whipped up by fake news. Don't you see? It's all fake news. The German guy is still dead. And that's the key bit to focus on there. That's the bit you shouldn't be glossing over so fast. But no, that's the thing. It's the public are misled. And then we have the thing which we've had from Brexit in the UK, from many other things, which is that we get misled very easily, that we're kind of simpletons in the general public, and there's so much we just keep getting wrong. These are very, very dangerous things for a political class anywhere to do. To basically say, I'm not going to listen to the public. I'm going to try to defeat the public. And I say on the migration issue, something which I want to leave you with, which is that I say that in the case of Europe, we're basically in the situation that a lifeboat is in. We think of ourselves as this, certainly from Norway, this is easier to think of than, say, in southern Italy. We basically think of ourselves as this continent that can just keep taking people in, and that we're a sort of huge liner. And I say that actually we're something more like a lifeboat ourselves. And we need to work out how many people we can bring in, how many people we can actually save from the undoubtedly terrible waters all around us, what our limits might be, and where we might sadly have to say no. Now, the thing about this is that lifeboats, as you know, have a thing on the side usually that say this boat cannot take more than 75 people, for instance. Now, we don't have anything like that. There is no sign on the side of Europe that says maximum occupancy, 400 million or whatever. We don't have that, and we're never going to have it. There is only one thing we have, which is that the people in the boat, if they think that it's getting very dangerous, have the right to say to the captain, stop bringing people on board. That's the one safety valve we have. And if the captain says, I'm not listening to you because you must be racist, then we're in real trouble. And the publics keep on blowing whistles, saying not we hate the world, not keep everyone out, nothing like it. All the polls show that the European publics are very tolerant about actual asylum seekers, for instance. All the polls show that. So we resent this attempt to make us all into bigots if we happen to not think the, as it's clear, fading narrative that's been going on for generations. But every time the public tries to say, we're getting worried down here, they're told, shut up. And this seems to me to be an incredibly dangerous development.